It's a mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect our name.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You cracker ass motherfuckers. 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 Motherfuckers.
everybody.
Eventually, you have to get old.
And then then you're old, and then it's like,
right.
okay, well, I can tell you had a bunch of work done, but who cares if you do look younger? Because no matter what, anybody
Still knows you're 80.
they don't look their age, and they look quote unquote weirder than a regular person, but you can say they do look younger. If that makes sense.
But at what cost?
You look really good in green.
Thank you. Are you guys just being nice to me? Because
No, I like green. No, I like green. My favorite Tom and Dan shirt is green, and I think it there's something about it.
It's like earth, life,
kind of pops
vibrant.
a little bit. I like it.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Van. You normally start, and the only thing I would want to addend to how you normally start is we should tell people why it's called Love Thy Neighbor. Because sometimes we forget to tell people that Colette's our neighbor. Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, we have a follow-up from the gentleman that wanted to brag from the rooftops about his wife.
Yes.
He emailed us, and guess what? Wife emailed us too, and I don't even think he knows she emailed.
Oh my God, I love it.
So we have so
I can't
much.
Wait.
All right.
I can't wait. Let's dig in.
Okay, Mr. Tom. Never mind, leave those there. All right.
I do like the green on the screen.
Yeah, it looks
It's
good,
like,
right?
Boom, yeah.
It looks really, really nice. I think I like that too because, like, with the red chair, and then I'll wear the
Yes.
green shirt.
We're vibrant.
We are very
This
vibrant.
crew.
Tom and I wearing all black look like two.
You're bringing us
Yeah,
down.
we got Steve Jobs and the biker here today. All right, Tom, start us, buddy.
Sure.
3, 2.
Welcome to the show. We've got Colette Fair on the couch today. How you doing, Colette?
I don't know how I'm doing, but I'm
Okay.
here.
All right, that's a very.
We'll talk about
that's
this.
an honest answer.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Hey, everybody, I'm Dan. Welcome to the show.
I'm Tom.
It's Love Thy Neighbor. It's where we have tricked our neighbor, Colette Fair, into giving us relationship advice every week for free. We just, you got to come over. You got to come over. We have a standing appointment. The listeners, I don't even release the show. People don't even know that. These recordings have never been released. Ever. They're just private. Okay. No, that's
I
true.
love it. I love it.
So let's get into a subject that's not really relationship based, but it kind of has to deal with.
It is relationship based. It
It
has to
is.
do
It
with
is.
your own relationship with your self-esteem.
Okay.
It has to do with your own relationship with your confidence. You know,
and how desirable you feel to partners. I do think for women, at least, it feels like a relationship issue.
Okay, let's talk about it because a lot
What
of
are
this
we talking about?
I never think about, and it's never in my head. My
Thank
wife
you.
tells
It's
me
my
all the time, you know, that it's always something that's forefront in her mind, and that's aging as a woman.
Yeah.
And
Getting older, looking older, feeling older. I guess all of that.
Wondering if you're still desirable to your partner,
Sure.
to men.
Sure, and that one, when you frame it like that, absolutely,
Yeah.
that does affect relationships all the time. Imagine being a man or woman, I would lend more, especially women, and not knowing, right? The uncertainty of knowing whether you're
Exactly.
desirable to your partner is a bit terrifying.
And wondering if you're seeing yourself accurately.
And my wife
Yeah.
will often say, because she worries about these things, and then she's worried about, and I tell her, I'm like, well, I'm horny all the time for you and desire you all the time.
Bad answer.
And then for whatever reason, she doesn't count that, and that doesn't matter because she's like, well, it's always there.
But you know what I heard?
That's a given.
I want to be desired by in general, and I'm like, but why? And it's like it's something that is just inherent inside me, and then as I age, I'm self-conscious about it.
As an emotional person, if you told me, if I were confessing that I felt like undesirable, whatever, and I wanted other people to desire me, and you said, well, I'm horny all the time, what does it matter? That answer to me sounds like you're putting zero. Like you're not that's a bad answer.
Oh yeah, I'm good at bad answers.
That's a bad one. That's a bad one.
In fact, I only give bad answers.
Because I think I would say that to my wife too. I'd be like, my version of what Tom said to my wife, if she is sharing something that maybe she's insecure about, would be like, well, you're pretty to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good one.
What do you think
know?
that your wives would want to hear? I'm curious what your sense of what they would love would be.
It's like talking to the Joker. They're crazy. I have no idea what
That's
they're.
pretty good. I do like talking to the Joker. I wrote talking to the Joker down.
He's laughing on a pile. a pile of burned money. I don't know what he wants.
He's spraying the gas into the city, and people are turning into clowns.
You want the money, but you're burning it? Who knows what the Joker wants? I'm joking. I don't know.
He wants chaos.
I don't know what to say at that point because I'm like, and she always tells me, she's like, I don't want you to say anything. I'm just telling you how I feel.
Yeah,
right?
it's
I'm like,
don't try to fix it.
Why do I forget that every time?
I could have just sat here quietly.
So Colette, let's talk about it. Aging as a woman is difficult, and I can understand the dilemma of knowing in your logical mind, like, hey, every human being ages, and this is a perfectly natural thing, and it happens to every single person. It's not, it's not unique to me, obviously, and so I should be okay with it. I've had enough time to be okay with it as it goes, you know what I'm saying? And then as it goes on, it just gets worse and worse.
Well, right.
Because there's no stopping it.
Right.
And then you feel the pressure. You're like, oh my God. So tell me about it, Colette.
Yeah.
So I think this was precipitated by going to my dermatologist today. I've been getting Botox since my 30s. It's the only thing I've done.
Okay.
But I have, as we were discussing, I'll just be transparent about it, a huge forehead. We can all see this right now. And I don't even necessarily think that's a bad thing, but I will say the one really mean comment I ever got on social media was about my forehead. I had this TikTok video that got almost 7 million views. And it was about like why people go silent, which is kind of connected to my book. And anyway, someone wrote, well, what I really want to know is why your forehead is so big. And it just kind of like
that was me, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. That's how Colette and I met.
That's our origin story.
There's one comment.
So I guess I maybe do feel a little bit insecure about it, and that is where I hold most of my wrinkles. And this is something men don't typically have to deal with. So to me, Botox has just been this like thing I always do that eases the wrinkles a little. I stopped doing it about a year ago because it wasn't looking as good. I felt like my face was like dropping. And when I went in today, I was like, I need to do it again. I'm getting a lot of wrinkles.
Yeah.
And they were basically like, it's not really going to work. You're kind of at the point where it's either going to drop your face, which could look weird, or, you shouldn't get it and just like allow big wrinkles, in which case, if you're not comfortable, you might want to consider plastic surgery. And it just felt like, oh my God, it felt like this moment. I don't even think I'm that vain, but of just realizing I'm in my 50s, things are changing, and maybe maybe I'm not as comfortable with getting older looking as I thought I was. Not that I haven't gotten older lately. It's just threw me for a loop. Plastic surgery, like mini facelift.
Yeah.
It just feels like
Sounds
what
severe.
old people do.
Yeah, it sounds like the end.
And then is that me? Am I in the old person club? And what does this mean? To your point, if my husband says, like, I do think my husband desires me and whatever, but I also I will hear him make comments about women who are gorgeous and aging. And he'll be like, look at so-and-so, like a famous person. Like, I can't believe how old she looks. So I'm like, if that gorgeous person.
Millie Bobby Brown's who he's talking about.
The 21-year-old.
Yeah, like, look at how old she looks. My God.
Which has been a thing, right? Where people. So it's just made me think about how difficult this is for women.
Oh, yeah.
And that men really don't carry the same burden. And I don't really know what to do about it, but I think my answer might be that I just like accept and embrace.
But that's a hard thing
older.
to do. Like, how do you accept things? I guess, anything that's happening, like, as whatever happens in your life, like accepting, like, especially, or maybe you don't accept it and you go.
Right. And I think it's individual. Yeah.
Well, what's the end? What's
way.
the end game, right? Like, what would you be doing? Like, who are you trying to please? What are you trying to do? Like, what is it at the end of it? Are you trying to feel better for yourself? Are you trying to appear better to help your business or your job? You know, because, like you can put different jobs have different categories of the amount of, like a newscaster, for instance.
They need
My God.
Right. If you're in your 50s, that's a lot of pressure.
At
least I don't have that.
And 100% different in newscasters for women than men because women, 50-year-old newscaster, it doesn't scream credibility. But for a man, it does. You
And
know,
our
it's like,
men-
we need the gray-haired guy in there in the evening news, the 50-year-old, because he's, we trust him, you know?
Every time I
Exactly.
see a woman newscaster, it blows my mind how amazing they look
I
in
know.
real
Well,
life.
they work really hard at it, dude.
I know,
Exactly.
Like Amy
I-
Caulfield, which we
Right.
all
She
know.
looks amazing.
I
She
can't
looks-
even believe it.
and so natural and so beautiful.
Danielle, Amy, anybody over there at Fox, shout out to Fox. 'Cause
The
they're-
men too,
they're
really.
Yeah,
the
agreed.
men are gorgeous. The women are gorgeous.
Yeah.
These people
they
are
all look
gorgeous.
incredible, and
But-
they look just as good off air.
But you know what? That would be a
better.
great weird job because we didn't really. Well, we kind of asked her about it, and she does a lot of her own stuff. But we didn't dip into fitness, how much she works out,
Yeah.
her diet.
Yeah.
She's not like me. She isn't going to order, El Pescatore cheese pizzas and start throwing it down your mouth on a
Probably
Tuesday.
not.
No.
Because women aren't allowed to do some of these things. And I think as I listen to you, I do think for me, at least, it's really about my relationship with myself. If I feel like I'm looking good, even if other people don't think it, then that's probably the most important thing. I think my husband's locked in regardless. And I guess this is part of my question. We have a big thing in society now of younger men having sexual relationships with older women. I'm curious what you guys think. Like, are they really into it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
I'd be into it too if I were
Really?
a 25-year-old Danny right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
But then is the sexual attraction not really about how the woman looks, or is it
No,
only
it
for
is.
women who look really amazing? Like, this is the thing. Like, what is
no.
it?
No,
it's a power thing for me. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
women that are smart, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
like
yeah.
if you owned your own company and came in here, and you could be in your 60s,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, oh man, I want her to
It's
stomp me,
sexy.
stomp
Yeah.
me good.
Yeah, Colette, there's a category called woman boss. I don't know if
Hey,
you're familiar with
this
it.
guy's
You
been
probably don't
looking
know.
at
Is this a porn category?
Looking at my history on my computer.
It's the only type of category I
Wait,
know.
this is like a porn category?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God!
yeah.
I don't even know
it's
this.
the
yeah,
best porn
female boss.
category.
Oh, yeah. And then
Really?
And I'm-
Dennis, get in here! You screwed up the Jenkins contract.
It's
Okay,
more,
so you're in trouble.
It's well, no,
Sometimes,
no,
sometimes.
It's more. It's more MILF.
power over.
Okay, yes, it's more
power.
It's MILF adjacent
Okay.
in the fact
Correct.
that I like the MILF category. I like the female boss, the pantsuit, the power.
Yes.
You know,
in
and
the office, keep it in the office.
the seduction of it has always been a thing. Like I've always had a thing for older women. It's always been that way. You know, like and then it's
Married a lady older than him.
Okay.
I mean, it checks out.
She's, I mean, 7 months older.
Still
than me.
counts.
Okay, well, okay.
Yeah.
But we are seeing an increase in marriages where the woman is significantly older than the man. And I sometimes think, I know men, there is still that trope, and it's a trope because it's true that men want to have sex with younger women. They're reproductive. There's a biological imperative to that, right? That's the best chance for procreation. But then we do have all of this, like an older woman who's sexy and confident and powerful. There is something seductive about that. It makes me wonder if, as women, some of it is our own internalized misogyny rather than how men really see us.
Sometimes
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's life experience. Like, for instance, the sexiness that I think older women carry may not be something that a younger woman can even fabricate because the sexiness that she is carrying, that weight, is life experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can't really fudge that. Like, you can't, like, get that faster or
That's
anything.
true. That's
so
true.
I almost feel like, because the word that keeps coming up in the chat room from guys,
Yeah.
and I'll leave them anonymous. You can speak freely. I won't say
Yeah.
who you are, but it's all confidence.
I'll
It's
say it.
the C word. They just get confidence. They keep throwing
Confidence.
that. It's sexy. It is so sexy.
I agree. And
like
I
when
think
my
that's
wife
sexy
is
in men.
doing something that she does really, really well, and she's just commanding it and doing her job. I've said it before on the show. It's very sexy. I love it. There's
Okay,
nothing,
I
nothing
agree.
sexier than that.
To
me,
No,
to
I
me.
agree. And I think I think we all find that sexy in people, that confidence and that term, je ne sais quoi, right? That certain something people have. And it isn't necessarily down to how many lines you have in your face. I think it's just reminding yourself, being connected to your essence, believing in yourself. Like, those are the things that are really sexy and powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
for sure.
100%. And and even for, you are in the entertainment industry. You have 2 podcasts.
Right.
You're constantly out there promoting yourself. You are on shows and stuff like
on
that.
television shows, morning news.
So
Well, and
there's
that's what's funny. That's when I noticed it. I was feeling like pretty happy with myself. And then I started seeing, since I haven't done Botox in a long time, I constantly see myself, especially right now with the book launch, on a million podcasts. And I'm like, oh, that, like, my face is looking different.
But is your face looking different? Are you just seeing it more now?
Yeah, there you go.
And you're got so much anxiety about this book launch that I don't even know if you could even actually see what you really look
You're
like.
right, you're right,
Not
you're
to
right.
throw you
Yeah,
a
yeah.
compliment,
No,
but
no,
when
you're
you
right.
said that to me and Tom, I think I would. I can speak for both of us, and we were like, "Oh, really?" We were a little shocked.
You
We're
can
like,
get in your
You're
head.
worried about that? We're like, look, I know I have so many ugly friends, and you are not one of them.
yeah. And,
I could say that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, definitely.
and also, the only people that would notice is other women.
You're so
Oh, he's not
right.
wrong.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
guy's
you're
a lot
right.
of knowledge.
Colette, if
You're right.
He's not wrong.
I
We
don't
didn't know. Like, do you see? We didn't notice.
I don't know if you have a sister around your same age, but if she came in here one day and then sat down, I would be like, oh, Colette looks a little different.
That's who would notice.
So I'm just going to roll with
You're
it.
so right. And meanwhile, my husband is like, doesn't care when I've gained weight, doesn't care if I get Botox.
Yes,
like,
he
there's
loves you,
no-
yeah.
Yeah, and I think doesn't see that. So it's just so interesting that I guess I don't think of myself as someone who's insecure. I do think I'm confident, and I'm not typically super preoccupied with my looks. So it just surprised me how I reacted. And I think it's something I wish we could let go of. I do believe in intellectually letting yourself age and letting yourself age gracefully, but then something comes at you or you see yourself looking unflattering, perhaps, or you were our own horse's and then you go, well, wait, do I practice what I preach?
Sure. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean, just by talking about it is, again, it's vulnerable. It's the truth. It's something that we all probably feel inside. Especially men, I'm sure feel it. I don't, but other men probably do.
That's good. I like that. Well done. Well done. Get him. Bully him hard.
It's
But maybe
impossible.
men feel it about their career more or their success.
No, they feel it when they're getting old.
You think so, though?
And I get a lot out of
gray
these
in my-
conversations with my wife. Like, we're talking about something that I have, especially when I had my hip replaced last year, and I have to have this other one done in February. That is such a life marker of like, oh, you're almost at the end. They're going to kick you in the coffin.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Did you feel vulnerable?
Oh my
about
God! I terrible. I felt terrible about it.
Really?
I cried about it because I'm like, nobody else has this. Why me? It's like it's really easy to do that. Like, oh man, I'm only 49 years old. Why am I getting a procedure done that most people in their late 60s get done?
Yeah.
Why?
I almost
That
laughed.
Sucks.
I almost laughed
You
when
can
you
laugh.
said you cried about it.
Tom's got to stay Tom.
No, if he didn't, it'd be something
joking.
wrong.
Totally.
I mean, hold on. Why aren't you laughing? I'm crying right now. What's going on here?
Okay, well, I already feel better, and at least for now, I'm not getting plastic surgery.
Hey,
I don't
here's
have the money
deal.
for that
Here's
crap.
the deal.
Yeah.
We love you, and we will tell you when you look ugly.
Thank you. When I
that
need
fair?
plastic surgery,
Yeah.
I'm going to count on you
And if
two
you're
to let
getting
me
fat
know.
too, I'll poke you. I'll be like, come on, what are you doing? You been over?
Please
Where you
do.
been? You been
The
up
whole-
at Gringos having some double D's? What
So
are you doing?
The whole reason we brought it up, if you know a plastic surgeon out there that wants to advertise and give Colette plastic surgery for free,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about
We'll
it.
do
they're
it. Yeah.
And I'll take it too. Because
And I want a big pecker.
listen, my wife had told me her aunt, she had told my wife, like, hey, when you turn 45, that's when you start getting plastic surgery. You start getting your eyelids done.
That's a Dolly
You start-
Parton. You do it early and you predict little bits.
You
little
start,
bits early.
you get your chin pulled back a little bit, little here and there, just
Yeah.
and then little by little, not all at once.
You
and
kind
then-
of counteract the aging slowly.
Yeah.
All right.
You're not
But
going
that's
in
the
to
same
do
thing.
witness protection. You want to do a little bit.
Right.
You know,
Just
like-
subtle. And I think the eyelid thing, that's one thing I'm definitely open to at some point.
Yeah. I mean, and then you see, like, it's funny because I think I'll call us normos and not like the celebrities, because you see these rich celebrities out there and they look amazing. And I think we all judge ourselves off of celebrity, right? This is what we've
Social
always
media
done.
has put that into high
and
gear.
everything's filtered
and they
Nothing's
have
real.
unlimited money and have the best plastic surgeons in the world, and they go and get all these procedures, and they don't talk about it because they're embarrassing, right? Because you cannot look that good without medical help or without someone doing something. You know?
Even Christy Brinkley, like she's got to have. She's obviously got great genetics, but she's got to have had some kind of assist. She looks ridiculous.
Well, also there's more to it. Like she has some stuff done, but she knows how to move her body in a way that when she gets photographed, she looks amazing.
Exactly.
And I bet she guards that pretty carefully too.
Yeah.
So she's a model. You know, she knows exactly how to angle her face. So whenever you look at a Christy Brinkley photo, or you see her on, what was she the wife of on? Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah. The
didn't
big
even
dude.
see that.
So funny on that show, but
Really?
she looked like $1 million.
She does.
Every quarterback in the NFL spends over $1 million on a team of people to keep their body and mind performing well throughout the year. $1 million of their own money.
I'm reading about one of those guys now, Trevor Moawad. I'm reading his book, and that's what he does.
And any other super rich person spends an insane amount of money a year to make themselves look like this, and then all of us are like, man, what am I doing wrong?
We can't compete.
$1 million a year? Like, yes, if you can spend $1 million a year on your appearance, you will look better than you did before.
It might be more, because the chapter in the book I'm in right now, they're kind of going through what Russell Wilson had after he lost the Super Bowl, when he teed it up again that next year. He had a nutritionist, a chef, a private house he was renting. He had a mental coach. He had, actually had 2 mental coaches, physical coaches. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like Oprah. Like, someone's cooking for her every day.
So it's way easier. Now, there are some celebrities that have gone against that now, and a lot of them are popping up where they're like, hey, they're not even wearing makeup. They're going real far, but they're like, hey, I'm aging gracefully.
Oh yeah, Pamela Anderson.
And like a handful of other celebrities.
And she gets attacked for it.
Yes.
Which is really sad. No.
That confidence shines through.
I agree.
I like her when she's barbed wire. Don't get me wrong, but this whole new confidence with no makeup on, I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating crackers.
No, and I mean, I think we're not, it speaks to that we're not used to seeing women out being photographed publicly, certainly at the celebrity level, without makeup.
Yeah.
Because in real life, like that's beautiful and good for her for being herself, but we're not used to seeing that, and we don't embrace it.
Even if we're all agree, good for her. She should. I mean, what the hell are we doing? When you see her, we're like, whoa.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So what the hell?
Where'd that girl from barbed wire go?
We're like, wow.
No, I said that.
No. I mean, like, when I saw it, I didn't immediately go like, oh my gosh, she looks so terrible.
Just some foundation.
I was like, oh my God, comb your hair for the love of, like, that's kind of what.
Or like, pinch your cheeks, like get a little color in your cheeks.
Yeah. But anyway, all right,
pinch your cheeks like an Italian grandma.
Yes.
Going to a dance.
Well, that brings a little color into your
color
cheeks.
in your cheeks.
That's where I get it from.
So let's start with divorce.
You're too old, and I'm done with you.
I only bring this up because I heard on your other podcast, I think you were talking about divorce. And I listened to this book by a former professional poker player named Annie Duke.
Oh, yeah.
And
I love her.
It was called Quit. And the whole book was about like learning when to quit and the power of quit, and then it's okay to strategically quit at the right time. And then she gave tons of examples about people that,
are you quitting our podcast?
No.
I know. Are you telling us something, John?
It goes quitting with anything, like business, relationships, and like
knowing when to hold them and when to fold them.
Yes, and when and go too far, because it's counterintuitive and the message is counter to the overall message that we've always been hearing since we grew up as never quit, don't quit.
No matter what,
keep it going. And the whole book was about like that's a ridiculous message. There is a right time to quit, and then you have to.
100%
and it's
agree.
Hard to find when that right time is. It really difficult, but and if you do it at that right time, it will be better for you in the future, business wise, marriage wise, whatever it is.
Anything, yeah.
It's like and knowing when that is super difficult, even for me to understand, because you do keep telling yourself like, if you're in a marriage and
we
let's say
frame
you try,
quit as failure, right?
Exactly.
Yes, yeah. And then you think to yourself, like, let me fight through this. Let me fight, it's like in like giving up, it
Might make
seems
it
so sad, and so what's your opinion on that, Colette?
Because you probably see it a lot, I would imagine, that you are kind of having to go in and much like Annie Duke, help figure out with couples, how to do this.
So I am never trying to be involved in the decision. In fact, I'm trying not to be involved in the decision, and I should not be involved in the decision of whether or not someone would quit. But what I am doing is helping them figure out whether it's the right time for them to quit. Like, I'm facilitating the processing, because I think what we're describing is really important, but it's very nuanced, very individual. And I'm not sure you can 100% know for sure that you're quitting at the right time. It's only in retrospect that we can make meaning and see. And I think there's a lot of trial and error. Like, sometimes we keep going longer than we should and we realize we should have quit. And sometimes we quit and maybe there's obstacles and only later do we see, it worked out. But I do think the party line is keep going. And when it comes to marriages, this does people a lot of harm, because there are so many situations and times when it probably is better to part ways, but that's got to be up to the people in the relationship. It takes two people to stay together and only one to end it. And an interesting thing happened, a comment on that reel from the divorce podcast, where a friend of my husband's wrote, I don't know what we were even talking about in the clip. We had this author, Una Metz. She's a friend of mine. She's in Boston. She wrote the book Unhitched, which just came out. It's a great book, so I highly recommend for anyone going through divorce.
Other people's books.
I know, but I want to give her a shout out because it's a good
quiet only. I'm loyal.
I have an abundance mindset, and it's a good book, but thank you for being loyal.
Look, I know that a rising tide, what is it? Something all ships or something?
Yes.
I blow those other ships up. Okay. Sorry.
Well, and it's what's interesting is she's giving people a healing trajectory to get through divorce, because the reality is half the people get divorced. And my husband's friend wrote, this is BS.
Whoa.
You should work it out.
He was drunk in the garage.
And
my God.
I was like, whoa. First of all, it's kind of surprising coming from the guy. Like, I had to click through to, I'm like, this is really
awesome organic engagement. Like, you triggered this guy. You got him. This is awesome.
I know. And it's obviously his story. He's been married for a long time, and those are his values, and I celebrate that. But we have to be really careful, because as a couples therapist, I see how many different variables there are. Relationships are so complicated. People's lives are so different. Just because you're able to work it out doesn't mean everyone can or should.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
going to write that down.
It's true.
People
it's
need
very
to hear
insensitive to other people's situations, I think.
Now, but I tell myself this, it will be fine either way. And by that, I mean, like, if you decide to quit or not, sometimes, like, there's a overall, like, I think everybody around you or whatever, and your family and friends would be like, you should quit, or whatever. Like, you're in a bad, like, abusive relationship.
Oh,
something like that.
yeah.
You
There's
should
deal
never
breakers
stay.
for sure.
But I'm talking about, like, regular relationships. Like, and what I mean, you'll be fine either way is, like, you don't know the future, right? And then, like, if you decide to get a divorce or if you don't, your brain will
adapt
and make it, and then maybe
you'll make it work out,
and maybe it will work out, maybe it won't, but because
I agree,
and so it's hard.
I agree, actually,
because even if, like, I've been married for almost 20 years, right? And there's been rough times, of course. You cannot be married without rough times, right?
No.
And then, so am I glad that I never quit? Yes. But if I did, and me and Crystal did get divorced 10 years ago, I'd be fine right now. And then, I would be like, okay, it wasn't working. So that's a weird thing to say.
No, yeah. You have an innate ability.
And Crystal will be fine.
I bet it's harder for Crystal, because Crystal's like me. It is very difficult for emotional people like me and Crystal to, because what you're saying is 100% right, and I have to work really hard. I'm better at it now.
Yeah.
But I have to almost say it verbally. I almost have to say it out loud. I almost have to make it like a verbal and in like personally intent mantra that I have to speak out loud. You will be okay. I almost have to do that.
Yeah.
Like, he is able to, like, no.
Because you know what?
And that's such a superpower to have.
Because if by saying, like, okay, because I never want to make people feel bad. It's kind of a flaw that has hindered my life because I'm always never saying anything. I hate hurting people's feelings, and I hate even saying something that I could hurt someone's feelings, right? So that's why I'm like, I can never look at me and Crystal's relationship and say like, oh, we were meant to be together. And this is some sort of magic supernatural thing that got us together and we're a perfect fit, because that to me projects out to other people and make if they don't have that,
right,
they thinking like, oh, well, they have the perfect magical relationship. They found their soulmates and they found each other and they've been married for 20 years and they'll be married till they're dead, and I'll never get that or whatever. Like, that doesn't exist.
And you don't want to do that because you feel like
because it's not magic. There's no magic and there's no soulmates technically. Like, so I just and I could be saying the wrong thing, Colette, because I often do.
I pick up what you're saying.
But what I'm saying is, like, yes, this is my situation. There's so many different situations, and it's like it's not. There's no soulmates. We weren't meant to be together. It's just
choices. It's choices.
And there's these micro things that happen, millions of micro transactions that happen over our entire life. That and then now we're here. And who cares about the past? Who knows about the future?
Oh my God, that's the theme song for Blossom, isn't it?
Who knows about the future? That's anybody's
I love
guess.
that you just pulled a Blossom
Ain't no
reference.
reason to get
But I
no
think the problem is that we're putting this idea on people that you're noble and you're the ideal and you're good if you make your marriage work, that those are the good people who find a way through, who don't quit. That's the part I have a problem with, because some situations there isn't compatibility anymore, and there are so many nuanced issues that are not just abuse, right? That's at the extreme. And of course, those are deal breakers. But there are so many reasons that people end up making, in some cases, a very mature and even amicable decision to part ways. I mean, to go back to the phrase conscious uncoupling that Gwyneth Paltrow made popular, that was actually the work of Catherine Woodward Thomas, a very well-known psychologist. And that Gwyneth kind of co-opted, making the choice to part ways. There are so many reasons that this happened, and we have to stop making this like it's a failure. It's not necessarily. The studies show that children do just as well when parents divorce amicably as they do when parents are married. It's negative, destructive conflict that's bad for kids. So we have these narratives that keep people stuck in miserable situations that, like, it's not, according to your religion.
It's like a level
or
of
like
guilt,
you're a bad
right?
person. Yes.
Yeah, that guilt leans on you, and it's so powerful.
Yeah, and it's not fair. Like, you don't know what somebody is enduring. And on the flip
The religion
side,
one is a whole different show we could
that's
do,
a whole
because
big
that
thing. It's
that
a
can
whole big
affect
thing.
a bunch of
Right.
different
And
guilt.
I'm not saying if those are your values, then don't stay, because I'm saying everybody should. It's a cost-benefit analysis based on your own values, your own life, your own relationship variables. And I wish we could just give people more freedom and more trust that they're choosing what is on the table for them, and it may be very different. People don't understand psychologically that people are experiencing marriage very differently from one another. Just because you've worked it out and that's been like a few hard turns doesn't mean somebody else has the same kind of partner or the same issues or the same beliefs.
Yeah, and it's like social media. You never know what's going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. And a lot of people and more people are staying unhappy than are like quitting because they don't care. People do not want to get divorced. They don't walk away easily. They go through hell trying to figure out the right thing to do. I mean, I can tell you that from therapy.
Yeah. No,
well, chat room checking in. Jen says, my husband killed himself. Talk about untimely quitting. Or excuse me, ultimate quitting.
Oh my God.
Yeah, wow, Jen. That's,
why would you say that?
I don't know.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm joking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I just spicing up the show. People like that because they love violence. People love stuff like that.
So we got an email follow-up from an email we talked about last week.
Yes, hold on. I got to do this.
Yeah,
remember the guy that couldn't stop telling everybody about how good his wife is?
And wanted to do more of it?
And it was like, I need other people to tell him, like, calm down, buddy.
And we were like, what's up with this guy? I
so
can't wait to
hold
hear.
on, I'll hit this real fast.
Love thy neighbor. Listener mail.
Yeah, this is the follow-up from, and again, anonymous. This is the anonymous guy who thinks that his wife is better than all of our wives. Hello, host. Thanks again for reading and responding to my email during the show. I'm honored to not only make it on the air, but also became I became the very first question to officially put Tom and Dan in the genius zone. That's right. You called us geniuses. Do you still stand by that?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. A personal milestone I will absolutely brag about. Quick update. My wife listened to the episode. I received the full, quote, Daniel response, which boiled down to, quote, so you publicly bragged about me? Nailed it. A little context on why I asked the question in the first place. People brag about cars, sports teams, and hobbies all the time, but how do you brag about your spouse in a way that feels genuine and loving and not like you're auditioning for husband of the year? Number 2, so many conversations about marriage focus on what's broken. Complaints travel fast. Appreciation rarely does. I want to put more good into the world and normalize speaking well about the person you choose. Number 3, I do plenty of private affirmations, but I was curious from a therapist and woman's perspective if there are thoughtful public ways to show your wife how important she is without feeling performative. After 25 years of marriage, the goal isn't grand gestures. It's avoiding complacency. I never want her to feel taken for granted. Your show felt like the perfect place to explore clever, meaningful ways to say, quote, you're still the perfect woman for me. Thanks again for the insight and laughs and the unexpected Genius Zone introduction. I love you, Laura. I guess that's her name. He said that, not me.
Oh, calm down,
I
bro.
doxed her. Thank you, Anonymous.
I can't stand it.
Anonymous. By the way, I looked at your email just to knock you down one peg. I can tell by the use of the long dash that this was AI.
Yeah.
AI read this. Or corrected this one.
I need to meet your wife. I'll tell you if she's good or not.
Yeah. I can tell you in 1 second. I can just look at her and tell you.
Well, I'll look to her Facebook.
How much Botox has she had? Oh, look, we're attacking him now.
So
we're just attacking him because he has what we want.
How much Botox did she have? I'm going to regret this conversation.
Do you see how quick it is for me to go sour? Do you see how quick it is
Me
for me
and
to go
my
bad?
forehead are going to regret this.
This guy was emailing us and attacking our wives by saying how good his wife is. I'll get you. I'll get you.
I mean, you guys didn't waste a second. No, I think it's so interesting. It sounds like he's genuinely trying to show appreciation. And I think that's...
It's real. You can
right?
tell.
Yeah, and to put positivity. You know, my curiosity was just around what means something to his wife, and I think he's onto it already. It's got to be what is organic for him, that is not performative, and I think that's going to come in the moment. I think this guy's connected to his instincts, and it's not going to be one perfect thing. It's going to be, you know, you're in the moment, you're in a conversation.
You do that thing at like the Grand Canyon where you like walk out and everybody's there, and you go, "I love my wife," so it echoes.
That was not what I had in mind, but
Something
it's interesting.
Like what if I told you we have an email from his wife?
Well, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, she actually, I mean, I guess I would say that they've been getting a lot out of this because obviously this came up. They've been talking about it. I bet they've been having sex thinking about it.
And as a woman, to know that your husband cared enough about trying to compliment you or brag about you that he was willing to write in and put all this thought into it. Yeah, it's really, I would be fascinated.
I hope she's like, he's smothering me. I can't stand this
guy. He stinks.
Tom wants this to go south so
He's disgusting. Every time he lays on top of me, I'm disgusted by his body. He stinks.
Well, you know, since I think everybody gets me, you're like, all right,
he
keep it to
embarrasses me
yourself.
with these compliments. I don't even want to be married to him. I've been talking to my therapist. She says I shouldn't be stuck in this and I should quit.
I don't want to hear about how good your life is. And,
right.
We're all
It's
struggling here.
It's Schadenfreude.
This is from her. She says, "Hi, Tom and Dan and Colette. You read my husband's email on episode 14. I have a lot to say. Blank," she uses his real name, "is a really amazing man. He shows me love, affection, appreciation, and still dates me. He opens
like a unicorn.
Yeah, he opens every door, car door. He will not let me carry anything. He compliments me, leaves me love notes all the time, brings me flowers for no reason, and most importantly, makes me laugh constantly."
Wow.
Hold on. Can I say something? I'd have to see this guy. If he's a dork and was never going to get a girl, this is what those dorks... A dork will do this because he's like, "I'll never get another girl.
I don't know.
I can get all kinds of girls, so I don't do this."
I don't know, but then we have...
Am I bad? Should I not?
No, you're right. That's how I feel.
No, but then we have Shrekking, where women will date...
Shrekking.
Yeah,
Oh my
have you
God, that's
heard
when a
of
big
that?
fat green guy lays on top of his wife.
It's when women date men that they perceive as like unattractive or super dorky or beneath them in the hopes that they'll be treated well. It's a real thing. It's a phenomenon. And they still are
So
Dickheads. Am I allowed to
You
say
can say that. Yeah, you can actually say that. That's fine.
well, man, that's how like we revert back to our natural state, which is DN. Because once you get like you,
and I don't go full Shrek. I go into more of a donkey-like state.
Because let's say I'm Shrek, I'm in the swamp, I'm disgusting, the disgusting
I'm
monster.
disgusting. I want to lay on top of you. What? You're cheating on me with a donkey.
And
You
then,
sound just like
Yeah, well, that's all I can do,
and
Colette.
then the princess comes into my swamp, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is this princess? And then all
No,
of a sudden,
but then she turns into that big fat green princess, and I'm like, I don't want you. I wanted the other one.
Yeah,
I wanted the
oh,
other.
God.
I don't want Fiona. I don't want green Fiona. I want
Nobody
Barbie.
wants green
I want
Fiona.
Barbie Fiona.
But the messed up part is that women are doing this. They're trying to date down to be treated better, and then they end up finding that it doesn't work. So I doubt it's so much that the guy is like not cute or a dork or something. I had even cynical thoughts of like, for a moment, is this guy for real? Like, is
Okay,
this
she
for
continues.
real? Yeah.
I would just say that he's very genuine with his love, and he has learned to love me so completely that it just continues to strengthen our marriage. Wowie, man. After 27 years and 3 kids, that's something we didn't have. We didn't have that info.
Right.
I could not be happier. I only hope he feels as loved as I do. For reference, I am not a special woman or a wife of any particular reason. I just try to love him each day the very best that I can. My effort is 100% every day, but I would say that Blank's effort is 150% every single day. I forgot 2 important things. Listening to this episode on the way home from work, I almost certainly knew he had written this email instantly. I got home and asked, did you write an email to Tom and Dan? And then I kissed his face.
oh, okay, what?
So
the-
these people are
Hold
literally
on,
like,
this-
they're like
this-
loving, and our show is like making them wet. Like, what is happening?
This show's not for you.
Get the hell out of here, Shrek.
Yeah, it's like we were doing a skateboard show and Tony Hawk's emails. It was like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you listening to this for?
And then they say this. They
This
say,
far
we
as-
love skateboarding. It's like, I know you love skateboarding. You invented it.
You're the best at it. This show is for the people struggling with relationships.
Which
like
is
the rest of
actually
us.
really pretty much everybody.
I know.
So I
Except
would
for this
say
guy.
this is a very rare, good for them. I don't
Yeah,
think they
yeah.
have to worry about shouting it from the rooftops.
And relationships are like everything. It's on a spectrum, and there's a people that on the high end of the spectrum that have a perfect relationship. They love each other. They compliment each other. They can't stop talking how good each other. It's like that's it. That exists. And then the worst of the worst exists. We all live in the middle.
I mean, I would like to say congratulations on almost 30 years of marriage, and
That's
you guys
awesome.
have this.
You've won the
well,
lottery.
Then I do
You've
believe
won
in
the lottery.
soulmates. Not everybody gets it, but you guys did. I think you did. Maybe you did. Not everybody gets that. So well done.
Yeah, but I just want to put it out there for these people. What if there's someone better out there?
I like your style.
What if there's someone better in the
The
swamp?
grass is
Like
definitely not greener than that. But I also think it doesn't have to be grand gestures or shouting appreciation. That's like, you have the perfect life, and how do I like make my Ferrari shine just a little more? Like, you've already got it. You've already won. Be happy. Enjoy each other. Who cares? But I think this is rare, and there's probably a great dose of luck in that they're just easy, effortless, or they have philosophies that are both very invested in the relationship.
Well, it sounds like he also, too, has found a calling of something that truly
matters,
that he just
Yeah.
enjoys, and I
Yeah.
think with minimal effort,
And I think
he
what
can
we
do
can
it.
right, and I think what we can learn from these people though is that is applicable to all of us, is that making some effort in your relationship doesn't have to be big grand gestures, but it is a bit like, I heard this somewhere else and I can't remember where to give credit, but that your relationship is like a bicycle tire, that it is going to lose air over time just naturally, that you have to keep pumping it back up. So you have to put some energy into your relationship, and positive affirmation of some kind, whether it's your love language or not, is important.
Yeah,
Shrek Fiona,
it's work.
green Fiona, her skates went flat.
What would you even say, like, if you were just kind of like me, where you have to quantify everything, and how many hours a week should I dedicate to my relationship? I know that's impossible to actually say, but if you're like just gonna throw a number out, because I know it's a little micro transactions.
2
throughout
minutes
the
a
week.
day.
Yeah,
Like, what if
that's
you-
too little? I think
Is
2
it?
minutes.
No, I mean 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I mean, I'm saying you're gonna do a bunch of stuff that is with your wife and with your family. But what about if it were 2 every day, So that's like what? 2 times 7 is 14. You get 15 minutes each week where it's just you and your wife.
Sure. Okay.
Talking about
let
something.
me ask you a different
That's
question.
too little.
How
much would you say?
Okay. Let me ask you this.
15, 20 minutes a day?
15, 20 minutes a day.
Is it healthy to get away from your partner every once in a while?
Yeah, of course.
Because I spend I don't travel for work or anything. So basically, every day I'm home. Every weekend I'm home with the family, spending time. And now we're busy with the kids and the house and stuff, so we're spending quality time. And I guess that it's
different. It is different.
And that's a thing that me and my wife often talk about is we rarely spend a good amount of quality time, and we've been trying to and even she's like, come watch. Yeah, on the weekends, she wants me to sit on the couch and watch TV with her. And I'm like, I got so many things to do. I got the gutters. I got all the plants.
But do you do them?
Huh?
Is it like?
Oh yeah, I do.
Do you actually? That's a bid for connection. Do you respond to it? Do you watch some TV with her, even though you don't want to?
Yes, I will actively sit miserably on the couch.
Good.
I'm glad you're being honest about it.
And I'll shake like a heroin addict because I have to
You're
go outside
itching
to work.
get out.
Yeah. But
also,
then,
there's White Claws in the garage.
but then
But you're making an effort to do it because it matters.
And then
to
she
her.
enjoys
That
it.
Matters.
And then she's like, and then after a certain amount of time, she's like, all right, you can go now. That was good. And then I'm like, take off. But
it's like your mom making you eat your vegetables.
But it did work, and she was happier that I just, and that I spent 40 minutes watching some horrible show with her, some show about murder.
But you're making an effort. Yeah.
I watched
Women love that.
I watched some kids and there's a family be murdered.
I think that's important, man. I think you're doing it right. I think you're doing it right. It's probably
agree.
why you're still married, honestly.
Yes.
People give him a lot of crap, because we share so well, me too, but we overshare so much here that we always get the emails from people like, I can't believe your wife X, like that sort of thing. It's like I think that's great that you do that, man. Like that's
I do too. And actually that is a big deal because sitting miserably doing something we don't want to do because it matters to our partner is glue.
Kind of sexy in a weird way. And I'm not a gay guy, but that's sexy too. It's like you're not torturing yourself, but you're like, I'm
joking about sitting miserable. I'm
you are and you're not.
But
you are and you're not.
Something I
wouldn't jest. Yeah.
You wouldn't do it on your own.
Yeah. And then it took me a while as I aged to realize you got to do these things because younger Tom
it's like
Van,
giving your wife a back rub before you have sex. You got to do it.
Right.
Yeah,
you got to do it.
I wouldn't understand the value of it as I get older. I started understanding it's just time spent in. Also she knows hey, this is what you rather do this, but you're doing this.
Exactly.
And that
because it matters to me.
That's a great gesture.
I agree. And I think these are the kind of things that do make a difference in a relationship. Are you thinking about the things that would mean something to your partner and making an effort to do some of those, even if it's not that important to you? Those things make a difference.
Yeah.
And they don't take a ton of time. I think if you have one time a week even that you're connecting and you're really, really present, for a lot of couples, that's enough. But so much of this is individual. So really ask yourself, are you feeling connected? And if not, what would make you feel more connected, even on a little daily dose? Start there.
So before we leave, let's talk about the book launch event happening at the Mercedes-Benz dealership in Maitland. So tell us the details. Essentially, when you purchase a ticket, it comes with a book.
Yep. The book will be sent to you.
Yeah, the book will be sent to you later. So, and then
we had a great turnout for people that wanted to come and be a part of it.
Oh yeah, we gave out the free tickets.
I mean, that was about as fast as it could happen.
A lot of emails.
And I apologize. We did have limited, spacing for that.
Yeah, we took the first 5.
We took the first 5 in order,
couples.
and I did it based on the actual time that the email arrived. So
Perfect.
It was timestamped. So,
and I'm so excited for those people to join us.
Yeah.
And there's still tickets, but we are getting close to getting sold out. So if you're interested in coming, it's Thursday the 29th at 5:30, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. We're going to be at the Mercedes-Benz dealership in Maitland. We're celebrating my book launch, but really having a community event with live podcast, lots of different local guests, and a party to say, you know, relationships are important, all kinds of relationships, and that this problem I've identified in my book, The Cost of Quiet, which is about avoiding hard conversations, that's really what ruins relationships. And so this event is about saying things out loud, getting connected, talking about what works, and celebrating the fact that we need our closest connection. So I hope people will. You can still get tickets. It's on Eventbrite. It's on my website.
Come hang out with us.
Fair.
Come meet Colette if you ever wanted to meet her, and you know, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and you
It's
can
gonna be
ask
super fun.
questions and all that good stuff. And we're gonna have food and drinks and all of that, of course, too.
Awesome.
Great date
Awesome.
night. Great date night.
Yeah.
Man, it sucks that avoiding hard things is the best thing to do for anything.
Yeah.
Not avoiding.
Have you ever tried
Why?
avoiding something hard? Oh my God, it feels so good.
Oh, I know. I know. That's the whole
easy road.
Oh,
That's
I had the
why I
choice this
wrote
morning.
this
I didn't want to work
book.
out. It was 5:15, and I'm looking at the gym stuff. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible.
Sucks.
But you're so right. It is so hard. It's short-term discomfort for long-term gain doing the harder thing.
Yeah, 100%.
There you go. Well, guys, thank you for listening as always.
Yep.
And we will see you next week.